Satori, are you there? Hey Mac, what's up, buddy?
Dude, I'm having a great time. How are you, man?
I'm having fun too. It's funny that it glitched out there because there's a flow happening amongst
Yeah,
us.
and break the screen.
Right? Oh, he
Break
broke
the
the
screen.
screen.
Cut out.
It's too powerful. Wow.
So I say, like, what about if we create in 3 years reimagine reincarnations and Mechanics of Reincarnation? So now it's a VR experience. So now the person experience it from your perspective of reading it, and like they're feeling all of your emotions from your perspective, and they're doing it from there.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
The marriage of feminine and masculine together into one holistic experience.
When I was making that movie and I was immersed in it, and I would smoke some weed and I would take a walk and I would think. And one of the mind-blowing experiences that I had was imagining just that. Yes, if it was a virtual reality, if I could build it as this kind of virtual, symphonic, poetic experience. One day. You know, I don't know. I justified my VR purchase by saying, "Oh man, you know, this is a brand new medium. This has a lot of metaphorical power for me, a lot of philosophical interest. You know, in what way is ideology VR, for instance? You know, stuff like that. And then I got it, and I actually don't. Now that I've had it, I don't resonate as much. You know, it's sort of like imagining it is better than actually experiencing it. And once it's normalized, I'll have to do some more thinking on it. But there's a difference now that it's normalized for me. That's this normal, mundane.
Oh, yeah.
You know, anytime I can just throw it on and have this kind of computing experience. It wouldn't blow my mind to now think of making a Mechanics of Reincarnation in VR anymore. But I was going to say that Minds is ultimately, and social media is ultimately a different beast than virtual reality. I mean, you can't really think of how Minds would morph into like a virtual reality experience. Like it just would.
Oh, I could imagine that.
Oh, you can. Okay, yeah, sure.
It would probably be a bit like, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, like, you know, when me and Minds Gaming are talking about like what we could kind of do right now in the near future.
Yeah.
It's like we have this weird little game, and then like so at the end of the vapor test is that you lead back to like mine, and like there's like a little like portal back, and then boop, you're back into mine, and then you went through this 360.
Now I'm thinking
little game escape room, and then now you're back in.
If Minds was VR, it would be like a Web3 thing where it's like built via capital generated from cryptocurrencies to like create these like fantastical applications that are like connected into these virtual economies on the blockchain.
Well,
probably.
What I've been imagining if each of us is represented by like an orb in an empty space, then like a post could be represented like could be represented sonically as like a little bird chirp or like a little wisp of grass, and then we can like choose to link into that in a very three-dimensional way.
Amazing.
Something like that. You can start thinking about it in terms of like sound, because I don't think virtual reality is about like achieving the fidelity of reality. Like, why bother?
Right.
But it's a crossing of channels, mixing the dimensions in ways that we don't usually get to mix them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And the pleasure that comes across from that, you know, it's like, you know, trying to create that sense of awe and wonder of saying, oh, I have some posts that are glowing, that are this like thing that I can then touch and manipulate and then like pull apart and put my head in to see what this post is and what this world is. Like,
you know,
or like I could say, where's my mind's network? And I could analyze the mind's network in this 3-dimensional network in virtual reality and see how people are actually connected and what they're, what they're actually doing. What's the shape of the site? That's not just the timeline, which is like this flat linear thing, but it's kind of like pulsing and growing and complex network that we're all in.
I just had this idea that if it was mapped geometrically, but like in a hyperbolic way, you could actually tell geographically, like you could tap into an area where you can tell geographically where people are. And then you can say like, well, hey, there's a cluster of people on VR here. Let's go to the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the link up in physical space.